Hello and welcome to course of digital image processing using Python. I am Ahmad and we will be discussing opening and closing, grayscale morphology, hit and miss transformation, and skeletonization. By the way, all these topics are once again related to morphological image processing. So let's start with some recap of dilation and erosion. So dilation is simply union of all translations. So we have the original image, which is in fact placed in shaded pixels, and then we have the structuring element. So all these are the translation. A minus 1 1 is the in fact translation at coordinate minus 1 1. This one minus 1 1. And then this translation is because of this value, and then green because of green value, and then yellow because of yellow value. So their union is in fact a dilated image, or more thick image. And the notation for dilation is a plus sign in a circle, B. Erosion is union of center of all occurrences of B in A. So we have this structuring element and this image. So we have possible 3 occurrences of B in A. Then compute their intersection. Intersection would be like this one, their centers, and then their union. So it's called eroded image of A image using this structuring. So there could be many structuring elements. This is the only one which is cross shaped. Here's an example of dilation. We have a scan text, and then it is dilated using a box style 8 connected structuring element. When we got more smooth version where alphabets are more connected, their missing pixels are in fact filled up. So one thing is important. Most of the time when we do image processing, we have white background and dark foreground. Most of the time, say we have a scan text, and text is most of the time black on white, black text on white page. But we know that in image processing we represent black color with zeros, and morphology works on ones. So we in fact define morphology in perspective of ones. Say if image has some ones at some place, then dilation will expand it or add more pixels to it, and erosion in fact erode it or shrink it. So just to get this text in the form of ones, we have taken a negative. So our background is now black and this text is ones. Now we can dilate it and then once again convert back it to taking once again negative. We can get the original image. So it is just simple. Whenever you want to do dilation or erosion, you want to perform erosion or dilation, just take the negative, apply it, and then take the negative back. If it's like white background and black contents. This could be the original image. So not a negative, I mean this is the original image. It's eroded using 11 by 11 window structuring element, square structuring element, and then 15 by 15, and then 45 by 45. This is how we can remove smaller details using erosion. Opening. This is a new topic in morphological image processing. So we will be discussing opening and closing in fact, which are based on dilation and erosion. So opening of A by structuring element B is like AOB. We write it like this, a small circle which is not filled, equal to A first eroded with B, then dilated with B. So it's like erosion followed by dilation. Our natively, it's the union of all translations of B that fits in A. So it's like combination of both erosion and dilation. So say we have this structuring element, this image, then apply erosion, we will get this one. These are four possible placements of B in A, like over here, here and here. That's it. So we got 4 dots, and after dilation we got this variant. It's like the 1 pixel, 2 pixel, 3 pixel and 4 pixels are in fact removed in overall opening process. Here's an example. We have just the same image. So opening and closing. Then opening with greater structuring element, mean biggest structuring element, and then more biggest structuring element. So properties of opening. A opening B is a subset of A, just like over here. This A opening B is a subset of original image. So it's not possible to perform some opening on some image and get an image which is a superset. So you will get definitely a subset of A, a subset of pixels of A, just like we have over here. A opening B is a subset of A. We have just extra pixels like this one, this and this one, 4 pixels. And similarly idempotence, and idempotence is like identity operation. Like if you have once A opening B, then applying more and more times opening B is like idempotent, like identity operation. You will get the same output A opening B. So subset, if A is a subset of C, then A opening B belongs to C opening B. It's like you can select a subset of an image, and then it's like if you are using up some structuring element B, then definitely if A is a subset of C, then A opening B would be subset of C opening B. So opening in general tends to smooth an image, breaks narrow joins, and then removes thin protrusions. Closing is like a reverse operation. First we do dilation and then erosion. So the sign is little bit changed. It's a filled circle. So A closing B is like A is closing of A using structuring element B is equal to first dilation with B and then erosion with B. So we have this structuring element and this image, A image and B structuring element. So by applying dilation, first we got this image, and then after erosion we got some little shrinked version. So you can see this closing has filled up. The empty pixels are blank pixels, missing pixels, just joined all the pixels in a way. Even this pixel got an 8 connectivity, not the 4 connectivity but 8 connectivity, and this pixel is connected through this line and these pixels are connected through this line. So it's filled up like this row, this column and this pixel. Now the relationship is reverse. A is a subset of A closing B. In case of opening it was like A opening B is a subset of A. Now A is a subset of A closing B. Idempotence is there for closing also. Once you have done A closing B, then performing more closing with the same structuring element would be like the same output, A closing B. So there will be no further change. And the same property, if A is a subset of C, then A closing B is a subset of C closing B. So once again closing also tends to smooth an image, fuse narrow breaks and thin gulfs, and eliminate small holes. By the way, the word hole is Arab region, Arab blank region. purely depends on the foreground and the background. So an example of closing, just a scan text which is in fact inverted or taken negative. So here is the one good example of using opening and closing. Suppose we have this image which is in fact contaminated with noise, some black and some white pixels. This one, all small dots are in fact noise. So A closing, A erosion, B removes single black pixel but enlarges holes. So we first, if we perform first erosion, then dilation, just to recover holes, we will get something like this. So first dilation returns holes to their original size, second dilation removes the holes but enlarges objects in size. To reduce them to their correct size, perform a final erosion. So it's like erosion, dilation, and then erosion. So we can say that the inner two operations, A eroded first with B then dilated, it's like opening, and then overall outer two operations like first dilation and then erosion is like closing. So opening followed by closing simply. By the way, in morphological image processing, the basic operations are like erosion and dilation, where opening is a combination of two and closing is a combination of two. Overall 4 operations. But simply we can say that it's like first opening and then closing. So we got this output. Though the output is not that smooth, little edgy, but still the noise is almost removed. Here's another example of the same concept, opening then closing. So we have an image or a scan of fingerprint. So there is a huge possibility that there is some dust particles on the mirror, and we got this output like dust particles along with fingerprint. So first do erosion and then dilation. So it's like opening, erosion and then dilation. In erosion we removed most of the dust particle points, and then after dilation we got the same size ridges. These ridges, fingerprint ridges, are in fact reduced or thin, then thicken, and once again apply dilation and then erosion. So that's like closing. So first dilation they are more enhanced, and then after erosion they are once again almost back to same size. Ridges are in first image and in the last image, the fingerprint ridges are of almost same size but with lesser noise. So the relationship between opening and closing, once again, opening foreground is equal to closing background, and vice versa, as we discussed earlier, that it's all about the black and the white. So mostly morphology works on ones, and in routine if we have some text or some images, we usually have lighter background and darker foreground. So it's better to take the negative and then apply morphology. So complement of opening is like closing of complements. That's exactly same like De Morgan's law, and similarly complement of closing is equal to opening of complements. Here's an example. We have some, once again let's consider some concept of foreground and background. See, this original image is like black alphabet on white background with some black dots. So we can take negative and then apply opening to remove these dots, and similarly once again consider this black text with white dots. We just took its negative and then applied closing just to remove black dots within the white color or white dots within the black color. Hit or miss transform. So it's a powerful method of finding shapes or template. It's like template matching, but for smaller smaller templates or smaller shapes, smaller in number of pixels, so can be defined in terms of erosion. Like we have 3 by 3 square shape. If we would like to locate or find 3 by 3 square shape in this image, so we can apply A erosion B, considering this as structuring element. Then we will get definitely a dot over here and a dot over here as we perform erosion. So it's a simple erosion and we got these two dots. And then take the negative or complement this image. Complement this image means place dots over here and blanks over here or white spaces over here. And similarly, structuring element C that fits around 3 by 3 square. So it's like a complement, but it's like external boundary of the structuring element. So it's perfectly complement of A, the original image, but the structuring elements is like external boundary of the structuring element. So our original structuring element can fit within this structuring element. So result of complement of A eroded with C is like this one. Then take we have this output and this output, and this dot is common, by the way. This dot is common. So after taking union of both, we will get definitely this dot only. It means that perfect 3 by 3 circle, which is isolated one. This one is a 3 by 3 circle but not isolated one. It has some connectivity with few pixels, but this template is perfectly isolated one. So we will get this output after taking intersection of this result and this result. This is the common dot. So here is just a summary of hit or miss transform in generalized form. So if you are looking for some particular shape or pattern or template in an image, then design two structuring elements. One is the B1, which is just as the shape which you're looking for, and B2 which fits around the shape. It's like B2 is like the external boundary of the B1. So then we can write B is equal to B1 comma B2, and then hit or miss transform can be written as A hit miss. So this time we have steric within circle. A hit miss B is equal to A eroded with B1 intersection with A complement eroded with B2, where B1 and B2 are like two structuring elements. B1 is the original element, template or shape which we are looking for, and then B2 is like external boundary. So B2 which fits around the shape like B1. So region filling. This is interesting. Suppose we have this 8 connected boundary like this one and this structuring element, and given a pixel P, P is not marked, P is over here, it's a P pixel. Given a pixel P within the region, we want to fill the region, like this whole region within this boundary. So we dilate this image with B as many times as necessary. and then we apply intersection with A complement. So it's like a repetitive process or iterative process. So we have this A complement. Okay, this is the original image, like this one. So first you have to dilate it using structuring element, then take intersection with the A complement. So you will get like this. First P, you will get a dot over here. In the next iteration you will get dots at these location. In second iteration you will get dots over these location. In third over here, fourth over here, and fifth over and sixth over here. So it's like all these pixels will be filled in 6 iterations. So like we have K6 over here. So here is another example. We have this original A, this is the A complement, which is in fact negative of this, and we selected this pixel, which is like this one, as first pixel. So start dilation and intersection with A complement, and keep doing that. After x8 you will get this one, and taking union with the original image you will get the original image filled. So same region filling example, we can use these images just to remove these dots, and all the white dots within black dots are in fact the starting points. So they are taken randomly, I mean different locations. So after applying region filling many times, we got this output. So connected component, once again it's the same concept, but this time we have selected pixel P within the original structure, I mean original set of pixels. It's P, so you will get these pixels in first iteration, then second iteration, then third, third and fourth, and then fifth. So this is using the cross like structuring element. This is using the square like structuring element. So in cross you will get, definitely you cannot move beyond this, because using cross it's like 4 connectivity, and using square like structuring element all ones is like 8 connectivity. But as we know that these pixels are connected, 8 connected in along the diagonal, so we will get all the iterations to this point. So these all pixels are connected, in fact 8 connected, whereas these pixels are 4 connected, this one, and then in next iteration we will get these pixels. So only 2 iterations for 4 connected structuring element. For 8 connected structuring element we got all the points. So it's like a test, just to test an image whether the pixels are 4 connected or 8 connected. So we can use same morphological concept of this region filling to check the 4 connectivity and the 8 connectivity. So skeletonization, once again we have A opening and then their difference, and similarly A eroded with B, then A eroded with B is its opening with B, and then subtraction. So skeletonization is in fact union of all the set of differences, all the outputs, I mean these outputs. So you have original image where you would like to perform skeletonization. So you have to perform with some structuring element B and opening, and then take the difference. And similarly then erode A with B and then apply opening, and then take difference of this and this. A eroded with B, A eroded with B, open with B, their difference. Then overall skeletonization, you have to keep on performing this operation unless you will get an empty, in fact, difference. And then take the union of all the differences like this column. So here is an example. We have original this image. This is the this is the structuring element B. A eroded with B, A opening B, we got the difference equal to this one. So this is the difference. We know that A opening B is a subset of A. So this is definitely would be, we will get some of the pixels left. So then erode A with B, and then its opening, we will get these pixels. And keep performing, and then we got this empty. So their difference would be like this one. So their union is like skeletonization. So it's perfectly like a skeleton of this shape, approximate skeleton of this shape, like this, this, and then like this. So thinning or skeletonization. Original image. This is a zoomed in version of this portion. This is thinning. How perfect! It's like we can compare it with canny edge detection. Though it's not canny edge detection, it's thinning, and can help in object detection just like canny edge detector. And it's the zoomed in version and it's the thin version after thinning or skeletonization. So grayscale morphology, though this form of morphology is not so popular in image processing, but however we can perform many times grayscale morphology. In grayscale, definitely we have grayscale images, and grayscale are integer or float structuring elements. So the first change is replace AND, OR and AND operations with max and min operations, and similarly union and intersection with addition and subtraction. So we can perform grayscale morphology on binary images, but converse is not true in general. In case of colored images, definitely you have to perform morphology 3 times. I mean, on each color channel like RGB or other color channels. So for grayscale images, structuring elements contains real values. Values may be negative or 0 even. So remember, in structuring element having value zeros and having no values, it's not the same thing, because having no value is like don't care condition, whereas 0 definitely has its own meaning. So they are not same. The structuring element are different. So they, in grayscale morphology, it is possible to have structuring element with empty spaces. So grayscale dilation, max of values in filter H plus image region. So we have this structuring element, all ones and 2 in the center, and this is the image. So the first step is to place filter H over region of image I over here, and then add the corresponding values, like you will get this one. 1 1 is added in all the surrounding pixels, and in the center pixel we added 2, as we have the values in structuring element. Then compute the max value. So 8 is the max, so place 8 over here. 6 will be replaced with 8, and so on. You can perform this operation iteratively over all the image. Erosion is reverse. It's the minimum of subtraction. So we have this structuring element, original image, place it over the region of the image, and then subtract the corresponding elements, and then compute minimum, which is 2. So place 2 at the center value of the window where structuring element is in fact centered. So originally it was 6, we will get 2. So opening is same, first erosion, then dilation, and closing is just like binary morphology, first dilation and then erosion. Here are some examples, though you cannot extract some meaning or some interpretation of these operations, because as I mentioned earlier that it's not that popular like binary morphology. So we have dilation and then erosion with some smaller disc shaped structuring element, and then bigger disc shaped structuring element, and even bigger. Here's a dilation and erosion using different structuring element, like this one, like checker box or a flag, and something which is not definitely recognizable but some structuring element. It's a disc like structuring element, though its output is little bit better as compared to some arbitrary structuring elements. So once again with some different, this time it's not erosion or dilation, it's opening and closing. So it's all about, that was all about, almost all about. There are some few topics which are in fact not included in this lecture regarding morphological image processing, but we have covered almost most of the portion of the morphological image processing. So let's stop this video over here. See you in the next video. Hopefully we will be discussing color image processing or geometrical transformations. Goodbye.